what inspires you
What
to
is
wake
your
up in the
belief?
morning and go for
What is
it?
your belief? What is your cause that pushes you every day to wake up and work with that energy? I think that would inspire us.
You put me on the spot.
For me, I'm just doing stuff that I feel really excited and happy about. So what drives me is because in my heart I'm so excited about what I'm doing. I'm happy about what I'm doing. That's what drives me. So basically I'm a fairly passionate person by nature, but I'm also doing stuff that excites me, that makes me happy. If I'm doing stuff that I'm not happy doing, if I'm doing work which I'm not happy with, then when I wake up in the morning, I'll be like, "Arey yaar, I'll have to go to work again." I'm not excited. So if you're doing something that makes you happy, if you're enjoying what you're doing, Rancho, that's what he says. So if you are doing what you enjoy, what makes you happy, you'll be driven, you'll be passionate, you'll give it all.
Yeah, nobody's asked me what inspires me, honestly.
Well, I actually, please sit. I actually, right through my life, I've been, changing myself. Each time I come across a situation where I feel, this is not what I'm doing right. I don't think I'm doing the right thing over here. I stop myself and say, I need to change this about me. So for example, some years back, I would, when I'm having a shower, I would be singing and, doing my lines. And then I said, wait a minute, I'm just wasting so much water here. This is like really a big, huge waste of water. I'm learning my lines under the shower. So that's one change I brought in myself straight away, there and there. The realization that you're doing something wrong should immediately prompt you into changing something in yourself. Sometimes it's small things, sometimes it's big things. Sometimes it's a realization that what you were thinking is not, not something that you're very proud of any longer. So that person who's constantly changing is alive. Only dead people don't change.
I wanted to ask you, we've all seen the success of Satyameva Jayate. I want to know what your challenges were, because to me, inspiration comes from the fact that one can overcome those challenges and get success. So, if you could mention one or two challenges that you faced.
I think, there were a number of challenges that were there in front of us. I think one of the challenges was that the people who make up our show, the men and women who come on our show and speak to us, their stories and what they are is hugely important to us. And that is something that we try and always remember and make sure that we never ignore. That the people are above everything for us. That is something that we always have treated as a challenge. Because sometimes in your as creative people, as communicators, in your urge to communicate, sometimes we can get insensitive in trying to communicate what we want to. So in this case, our effort was to tell ourselves that no, but that is fine, we will communicate. But this person right now who's in front of us is the most important person. And so that was one of the challenges. I think the other challenge was, of course, that India is such a large country, and we speak multiple languages. So how do you communicate on a broad level with everyone? So we went into multiple languages. Our show comes out and it's dubbed in, I think, 3 or 4 other languages. It's subtitled in another 2 or 3 languages. So these are the kind of challenges that we had, I think, in SMJ. Challenges of communication, basically. Yeah.
One just add that.
Just don't listen to them.
No, but you need
No,
that
but
approval.
Amit, there's a
communication.
I know what you're saying. There's a background to this, because at 19, when she climbed Mount Everest, after being India's youngest to climb Mount Everest, to actually climb the next 8,000 peak, she went around, and I mean the stories is like, when we heard these stories, we were like nearly weeping. That if somebody who's climbing Everest cannot get funding, and the government, forget the government still in some instances, but
you have to fight it and you have to find your own way. I think when I got into my career as an actor in the early years of my career, I was also not a very. In fact, after my first success, the next few films I had were not very successful, and I went through an initial stage of a number of films of mine not doing well. They were not even very good films, I'm afraid. So that was a tough time for me. And at that time, I would face similar challenges that I wanted to do something and I was unable to because people wouldn't listen to me or people didn't have faith in me, they didn't trust me. So all of us go through that. But I feel that there is no other way and there is no easy way and there is no magic way to get through it. You have to be convinced about what you feel and fight it. Importantly, never compromise with what you believe in. I think that's the one thing that I have lived by. And I'll give you an example. I don't know how many people, you all are very young, you all probably don't know about this. Very early in my career, my first film came out, Qiyamah Se Qiyamah, a big hit. Then number of films came out, were not very good. The media labeled me as a one-film wonder. And rightly so, I had a number of films which I was working on, which I was not very happy with. Because I was very inexperienced at that time. So I took on films and took on scripts and then realized that, hey, wait a minute, the director is the most important. I may have liked the story, I may have liked the script, but if the director is not good, he's going to take us to the cleaners. It's like this. When the script is being narrated to you and the scene is ek khoobsurat pahadiyon mein. So you're imagining Kashmir or Ooty. The director is imagining Khandala. And the producer is saying, यार film city में भी 2-3 अच्छे पहाड़ हैं यार, वहाँ कर लेते हैं. तो आपका imagination कहीं और है, बाकी लोगों का कहीं और है. So these were the learning stages for me, at that time. I went through a period which was professionally my toughest period, where my films had started flopping one after the other. I knew that my coming films, the next 3-4 films also are not going to do very well. And at that time I was desperate. It was like I was in quicksand. Daldal mein phasa tha main, and I was sinking. And I needed someone to help me to pull me out. I needed a big announcement. I needed someone, a successful director, to sign me. If that happens, then my next 3 flops also will be absorbed. Are yaar, uski wo wali film aa rahi hai. I needed a successful director to sign me. I got a call from Mr. Mahesh Bhatt. Bhatt Saab at that time was at the absolute peak of his career. He had made a film called Saransh, which was very successful. He had made Arth and then Naam. Top. He was like at the peak. Very hot director. He said, I have a film for you. I went to his house. Sorry, there's a slight background to this I need to tell you. While I was shooting for these films at that time, Abhijit, I used to cry at night. Because I had gotten to these films based on what I thought the scripts would turn out to be. But when I began working on them, I realized what a big mistake I had made. I used to go home and I used to cry. My first wife, Reena, she used to look at me, she didn't know what to do. And I used to cry because I was so unhappy with the work I was doing. I was really unhappy with the work I was doing. And I swore to myself, I said, my career is going down. My films are not doing well. The coming few films are also not going to do well. But I swear I will never take on a film ever in my life until I'm happy with it. Until I'm happy from inside, I will not say yes to a film. I swore to myself. Cut to Bhatt Saab ka phone aaya. Okay? I went to meet him. He narrated the story to me. Now when Bhatt Saab's phone came, I was so excited. I said, Bhatt Saab has called me, man. This announcement will get me out. Just this announcement will get me out. I went to hear the script. I heard the script, I didn't like it. I heard the script, I didn't like it. He said, what do you think? I said, sir, can I have one day to think about it? Yeah, no problem. Come and see me tomorrow. I went home. I didn't know what to do here. I didn't know what to do. Am I supposed to do this film? I don't like it. I don't like the story. I'm not happy with it. But if I say yes, my career gets saved. My career is getting wiped out. I'm stuck in the daldal. It's coming till here. Now I've got this someone giving a hand. I have to just hold the hand. I'll be out of there. And I'm saying to myself, I'm not going to take that hand. Because I've sworn to myself, I will never do anything unless I'm happy. So I go back the next day and I tell Bhatt Saab, and these are my words to him. I said, Bhatt Saab, I'm nobody right now to say no to you. And probably after hearing my answer, you'll probably never work with me in your life. But the fact is that I'm not happy with this story. It doesn't connect with me emotionally, so I cannot do this film. I just cannot do it. I know I'm being foolish, but I cannot be dishonest to myself. He was very encouraging. He said, no problem, don't worry. We'll do some other film together. The point I'm trying to make is that at that time, if I had compromised, for the rest of my life I would have been compromising. See, you get tested when you're at your worst. When I'm successful, I'm not tested yet. It is when you're not successful, when you're up against the wall, when the stakes are against you, that is when you're tested. At that time, do you break? Do you say, nahi yaar, I have to be safe? You know, like a lot of us feel, yaar, paise to aa jayenge. You think of these compromises. Never compromise with what you believe in, what makes you happy. Never. That is too valuable. It is too valuable. And that decision that I took that day, I don't know where I got the courage from to go and say I'm not doing it. Because I was like, I'm committing suicide, harakiri. But that decision not saved me, gave me the strength. Okay, at my worst, if I did not compromise, because I'll never compromise in my life. I'll only do what makes me happy.